Hello, hello everyone, and welcome to another day of NGS action. Today we are going to be going over to Division D between Phoenix Rising Amethyst and FC Hong Kong. Now today should be a pretty fun one, but let's take a look over at the standings. Now right now FC Hong Kong pretty far and away the first place. Protection Shakur is only one game behind them, but still massive lead right now for FC Hong Kong. And Phoenix Rising Amethyst sitting in 5th place with 11 points. So it will be a little bit of an uphill battle for them, but it's Heroes of the Storm. Anything can happen, and most importantly, I've seen before, even during playoff season, where sometimes it just clicks for a team and they become the best they can be and can bring it to any team that they go up against. But now map pick and bans have already come through, and the map pick was selected by Phoenix Rising Amethyst as the home team. So they banned away Battlefield of Eternity and Infernal Shrines. FC Hong Kong banned away Brax's Holdout and Sky Temple. So map number 1 is going to be the Dragon Shire. Now Dragon Shire, especially specifically up in that Div B West, we've been seeing a lot of creativity start opening up on the map. We've started seeing 1-3-1s. We've started seeing complete opposite lanes, top and bot switch. There has been a lot of interesting stuff happening over on this map. We'll have to see if either of these two teams start doing it, but the main thing is this is a map that has many different styles of play that can work on it. Every team will be able to express the way they like to play. And that's always the best part about casting and watching a nice HOTS game. But now, while the players are still slowly getting into the lobby, I would like to take a moment to, first of all, shout out the sponsor real quick, Legend of Mushroom. Click the link down in the panel below or type !mushroom in chat. Download it for free today and help support this stream. And then the other part I would like to do is also kind of talk about my schedule a little bit, because it's been a little bit all over the place. I haven't been picking up as many casts ahead of time, and there's a few reasons for that. So as some of you may know, I am moving in the next week, so I'm not sure what my availability is going to look like. I should still be casting basically every single day for about a week, and then it'll get a little bit iffier after that. But I will be taking stuff 1 minute at a time. But I'm casting a game tomorrow at 7 Pacific. And on Saturday, I'm going to be doing a lot of replay streams. I'm hoping to go through 2, maybe 3 series, aiming towards the 2 to 3 hour mark. So if there's any series you'd like me specifically to cast, please let me know. I already have 1 picked out, but still looking for 1, maybe 2 more. Right now, it looks like both the teams starting their ready check. And we should be heading into map number 1 shortly. And I'm pretty excited for Dragonshire. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I'll be completely honest, Dragonshire was not one of the maps I used to like. But seeing how the different teams have played it, seeing how really open the map is. Because I've always thought about it, you need to send a bunch of members over to the bot lane. You need to send 1 member top lane, make sure they're a strong laner, and then just play all the way around that. But specifically B West, like, I know I've kind of been shouting out that division a lot today, but them playing with the Arthas, them playing with the Tyrael, showing that you can do the 1-3-1, you can swap lanes entirely, you can give up that bottom bruiser, that's fine, because you can just win even harder in the top side, steal the top bruiser instead with the Never's disadvantage, and it really is something. But I believe we are starting it now, so here we are going into map number 1. Alright, now a map like this, despite everything I've said, there is still a common meta for it. And I believe, oh, I should do predictions. Let me get that going real quick. Whoops. But the main meta has definitely been a strong laner in the top side, maybe a double soaker if they're also going to be in charge of that, of clearing away that bot lane, or that mid lane, sorry. And some global presence as well. Now, the global presence, I think for sure, is going to be important, as we even see that coming out of that first ban. FC Hong Kong banning away the Brightwing. And the Dahak also going to get answered immediately by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. So, at least on that part, we're still in agreement. Because being able to influence the map when you're in a spot that you're not supposed to be in, kind of, at least not when it comes to default placement, it really adds a lot of pressure across the map. And this is one of those maps where you want to have pressure in all three lanes at the same time. So if you're able to win out pressure in one lane and instantly able to bring that to another, it really throws out the balance of this map. But now Vala and Oriole going to be the next two bans, and Helix the Cat going to lock in the Anduin first for FC Hong Kong. But it's immediately going to get answered. It's the Varian Stukov combo coming out from Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Zergpern on the Varian, and a little Barista on the Stukov. So they're going to have that one and done burst composition, most likely anyway, coming out of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. However, it is going to be a little bit difficult into the Anduin. With the Leap of Faith, I do think it's one of the best answers into the combo, because not only is it a cleanse, it also pulls them away to safety. So everyone that's already been throwing all their abilities, including the Lurking Arm from Stukov, it's gonna it's gonna miss if it's done quickly enough, or at the very least, it'll definitely lessen the impact of it. But now Junkrat gonna get locked in for Calyrex, and the Joanna going to get locked in for OGGO. And Falstad will be banned by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. That's the third global getting removed from this game. As FC Hong Kong going to be looking at their final ban now. There's still all DPSs available. There's still quite a few bruisers available if they want to get rid of one of the offlaners. And they are going to elect to ban out the Tassadar. And I think that does make a lot of sense, especially the Shockray build does provide a lot of damage. And when you have the Varian Stukov combo, typically you want to jump onto one target, get the taunt, and just blow them up. And Tychus and Li Ming, two very good characters for that. And that's going to get locked in for Chelsea and Moonglow. And Tychus especially, the grenade does a lot of damage. The minigun also enables Zergpern to jump onto a tank or jump on a more specific frontliner. But very fast drafts coming through as Samuro and Hanzo locked in for Splendid Daddy and Special Chai. And the Lost Vikings locked in for Harkin. That is going to be a very, very interesting pick. I mean, the Vikings clearly going to be able to do a lot. They scale extremely well into the late game, but at the same time, the Samuro from Splendid Daddy, there's going to be a lot of different characters jumping around left and right. So this is going to be a pretty good game, as we are going to be headed immediately into game number 1. All right, and we are into game number 1. Though just as I turned chat off, I saw some worrying signs, and we may be... Huh? Everyone left. I'm not sure what to make of this. Is this going to be a remake? Did the server just crash? What's going on? Well, let's watch this bot match between... Oh, game's over. I'm assuming there will be a remake. I'll be completely honest, I have never seen that happen. I have no idea what's going on. Okay. But either way, Raka, welcome. Saw you in the chat. And I was actually going to ask you, I don't know if you saw the message when you first rated. Did you know it was about to go live? Because you literally rated me when I already started my stream, but because of the delay, it hasn't officially started yet. Like, the timing on that was excellent. I'm just gonna... Oh, one of the players was on a wrong account, so they're just getting onto the right account, and then we'll be able to get started. Okay, yeah, so they're just going to redo the draft. And they're going to do that with a quick match, I believe. So, yeah, we should be getting back into the game shortly. Both the teams are already getting ready for the start, so everything will be fine. No need to worry. No need to panic, because I know I was panicking for a moment. That's one of the fun parts about being one of them casters. You kind of lose track of what's going on sometimes. But there's no draft. We're just going to be skipping that part entirely. We're going into QM start. So, yeah, we will be heading in right now. Alright, not going to do the intro part again, but it is going to be Dragon Shire between Phoenix Rising Amethyst and FC Hong Kong. You knew I was about to go live? Okay, because that timing was actually like, immaculate. I've never seen anything like that before. But either way, now that you're here, I appreciate the raid. Thank you very much for that. And now we are going to be actually starting the game, so not too long of a delay. And it is interesting to see Harkin playing over on that on those Vikings. And I think with the Samuro clones and the Vikings, there's going to be a lot of little heroes are running around as we do in fact get a boss. I need to get that emote going like immediately. I genuinely I think I'm just gonna commission it tomorrow. Like I need that Toki pause emote like now. So yeah, everyone's blaming me in chat apparently. Or in the in-game chat anyway. But I have noticed that the servers themselves have been pretty messed up recently. Like I've been seeing a lot of lag from players even in my how do I call it? I've been seeing a lot of lag even through my Storm League games. That's the word. Sorry, been a very long week at work for me, and like I said, I'm also in the middle of a move, so brain only at about a quarter capacity by the time we get to these games at night. Yeah, a couple players going to be relogging. Hopefully that'll help fix the lag. But I do think there has been some kind of changes over on the back end for Heroes of the Storm. And now, while it has broken and caused a little bit of lag, the hopium is going to be real for me, as I should probably get the music going back on. But it does provide me with some hopium, because typically networking and stuff like that, you do not touch it unless you know that there was a reason to. So that's how I'm going to be deciding that maybe they are going to be doing something for Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I don't know. Okay, so it's time to put on your tinfoil hats. I've been wearing mine. You just can't see it. It's very reflective. But there's been so many signs towards bringing back Heroes of the Storm. And, like, it's to the point that the only way it's not happening is if someone at Blizzard is just making fun of us. And that is possible. I'm sure there would be someone who would think that's funny. Someone out there, but I think especially with Microsoft acquiring Blizzard, they've definitely been struggling with a few of their titles. And like, I'll even say this, like, I do cast League of Legends games, and whenever I do, obviously I'm going to be talking to the production team. I'm going to be talking to my co-casters, all that stuff. And obviously I will always bring up Heroes of the Storm. Gotta try and get that sold, get a few more people getting into the game. And almost from everyone I've heard that they miss the game, they just wish it had new content, and then they'll come right back. So as soon as that happens, I'm going to be super excited for that. Like, if they do add something new, if they do try to do a revival, I'm sure some stuff will happen. It's not coming back. Let me have the copium moose cannons. Let me have that copium. I got into Heroes of the Storm way too late. I got into NGS way too late. I mean, I'm still gonna be a ride or die with this, but it'd be so wonderful to see it thrive again. And people are really mad at League of Legends right now. I think if there is a time for them to try and get back into it, it would be in the next year or so. Because a lot of people are just completely sick and tired of what Riot's doing. Also, it's kind of crazy that they're talking about where they used to live. And from what I'm seeing, one of the players used to live like right next to me, so I'm definitely going to message them after. But We are back in the game. All the players are back in. And now there's going to be quite a few people trading over into the mid lane. And it is going to be 4-on-4 in the mid lane. The Samuro immediately going to be going over to the top side. Same with the rest of the players of Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst. But now they're going to be pushing out of the lane. They're getting quite a bit of pressure there from FC Hong Kong. And now Harkin does have the Olaf here in the mid lane, but it is going to be Eric just currently hiding in the bush, trying to make sure that there's no big rotation. And it's going to be Baylog pushing out the top side. As now Geo going to be able to scout out the rotation, going to prevent Zergpern from coming through, as the grenades are going to be landing slightly onto the structures, but not too much push coming out yet from FC Hong Kong. Zergpern could be in a bad spot, actually taking quite a bit of damage, but has the heals from Little Barista coming through. And it is important to note that they do have the Variance Dukov combo, which is really strong even early on, but that early on starts at level 4. Until that taunt is on, this Variant's barely even a hero. It's probably one of the most useless level 1s in the game, but the burst damage coming out over the top from Moonglow and Chelsea, the two of them together able to take down Geo. That's a lot of damage coming through. I mean, that was a max range Arcane Orb and Magic Missile combo coming out from Moonglow. I mean, that's a really good start, and there was an aggressive move from FC Hong Kong. They were trying to take out that siege camp, but Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they were able to get the kill, and they were able to secure their own camp as well. That's a very big win for them, and it also helps push them into the... it also helps push them closer to that level 4, and they're now going to fully have it. Zergpern now going to be fully online. But Geo just hiding in the brush. There's no reason to push for it yet. No one's going to be able to take that mid lane as Zergpern. Going to get hit by the chastise. Little bit of push back and forth, but just going to be a little less than half HP removed. But with the healing from Little Berries, so they'll be able to get more. Now Geo going to be silenced up, but Leap of Faith is going to be coming through from Helix the Cat. So they will be able to retake the position. Not going to lose too much health for it. And the Bruiser camp not going to get started there. But now, once again, looking towards Geo, the Lurking Arm, trying to prevent the backline from helping out as well. As Calric's just going to be throwing out autos. Zergpern and Geo both starting to get low. But Geo almost could have been in a bad spot, but will be safe. But what isn't safe is this Dragonite, and that is going to be one of the powers of the Vikings, being able to move between top lane and mid lane. And this is going to be just the Olaf in this. So every major character is still going to be up and pushing. Baylog still pushing out the top side. So Vikings, very powerful on this map for that reason. Very powerful whenever there does need to be that, that vehicle objective on the map. As now they're also going to be pressuring out this bot and going to get a little bit of damage onto the wall, as the Dragonite almost out of HP, almost out of time, should go down, but likely will finish off this mid lane wall. And with one final Fire Breath, a couple more hits, the game should go down to the minions, but that's going to be the entire mid lane wall gone, and most of this bottom wall gone as well. So that's quite a bit of pressure being put onto FC Hong Kong right now by Phoenix Rising Amethyst, and a big part of that is the Harkin Vikings. Now, not to discredit the 4-core, they were also able to take full control of this bot lane shrine. They're able to take full control of this lane. But, I mean, the Vikings, they're just so powerful on a map like this, getting so much extra value. And now with that final Arcane Orb, they're going to be able to finish off this bottom lane, as now Geo finds a Condemn onto 2, but is taunted. Lurking Arm will buy quite a bit of space. The special Chai actually gets taken down really low in the back line and will be hearthing back. And I think that does make quite a bit of sense, as Helix the Cat will throw out a couple heals anyway. Geo going to get popped by the Arcane Orb, but again, Helix the Cat is around. Those flash heals are there, as Olaf going to get taken down pretty low by Splendid Daddy, but again, Baylog still pushing out the top side. Eric still watching for those rotations. And now it is also important to note that Phoenix Rising Amethyst, as we're in pause number 3 for this game. Hopefully this one won't be too long. And yeah, it's another DC. Okay, but let's see what y'all have been saying in the chat. I saw Vendrick post a large post, same with Moose Cannon. It being a test, honestly, I could see that, but you know what? Whatever happens, I'm there for it. And I know there's not too much I can do myself, but I'm going to do everything in my power to try and get people into it, try and get as many people trying out the game, even if it's just temporary. And then maybe a battle pass system, new heroes. I think even just like one new map, one new hero, that would be enough, as we are back in the game. Haven't really missed out on too much. Did take me a little bit to get back into the game. My buttons are a little messed up right now. But they're going to start pushing out. Special Charge is getting a couple hits, and now Shrine's going to be coming through in about 30 seconds. Now the Siege Camp is there for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They will have potentially a little bit of pressure, and at the very least, it's going to delay when FC Hong Kong can start contesting onto this Shrine. So assuming that the Vikings can sneak in again over in this top side, it does mean that they should have a pretty good map position for potentially a second Dragon Knight. But now the camp already going to get pushed away. The wave going to get cleared, and Geo immediately going to be standing on this point. As Chelsea and Little Barista are there, but right now Calyrex and Special Chide, they're going to be working together to take down the siege camp. But with the scatter arrow build, especially after you get that quest completed, you're going to be in a really good spot, going to have a lot of pressure. But level 10s now available for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Now they're looking for Geo, and will be able to get a little bit of damage, but Special Chide looking towards Moonglow, as now Chelsea running down on a Special Chide. They have the Condemn on a Chelsea, and with the Shield Glare, Chelsea is forced to back away. Now level 10s are available for FC Hong Kong. Calyrex gonna get hit by the Arcane Arrow, gonna get taunted as well. Lurking Arm, but Leap of Faith as a Dragon Strike, gonna take down Moonglow, gonna take down Chelsea. And FC Hong Kong, they're in a really good spot. Light Bomb as well, gonna land onto the remaining two members down here. Riptire throws them right back in. Little Barista gonna go down. Zergpern has nowhere to go, and it's a 4-0 play as FC Hong Kong take a massive win here in the bot lane. And that Dragon Strike just dealing so much damage onto the two main carries. And with Moonglow gone, with Chelsea gone, there's just no damage for Phoenix Rising Amethyst to try and fight back. Now Harkin, at the very least, gonna be delaying this take, as the clone gonna get back onto the point, and maybe they could start looking for this for this Dragon Knight. But Phoenix Rising Amethyst, their players have respawned. Geo gonna get dismounted, won't be able to run back into the mid lane. And with Olaf there for Harkin just watching out in the mid lane, shouldn't be able to get too much out of it, as the swipes did get used by Little Barista. Not sure what that was about, but won't be available. It is a decently long cooldown, but Baylog gonna be taken down first, and the Dragon Knight will get picked up by Geo, gonna be running straight into the mid lane. And it looks like Geo wants to bring it down to the bot lane, as another Dragon Strike is gonna be coming through. And now they do have a Taunter found. Helix the Cat, so much damage, and one more auto, that's all that's needed, but the trap is there, but so is the Arcane Orb. Moonglow trading out for that healer is gonna be 1-for-1. As Geo trying to continue with this push, but now they're still looking for more. Zergpern is on the back line, has the taunt on to Special Chide, but Little Barista not in range to follow up. And the Dragon Knight just trying to keep everyone else off of it. Chelsea still going to be here, still going to be autoing out with that Odin onto Geo. Not too much value yet from this Dragon Knight, and at the HP that it's at, it doesn't look like they will be able to get too much. So very nice play coming out of Zergpern, just kind of forcing out that advantage of Chelsea. Gonna get punted into the back lane now. Geo gonna get taunted, but not underneath the fort. Lots of damage. Blessed Shield as well, and Zergpern will get taken down. So they're not gonna be able to take down the fort. They did finish the wall, but the wall didn't have too much HP anyway. But most importantly, on this top side, Splendid Daddy will have finished out the fort. So the real pressure is gonna be coming out here. And now over in this bot lane, Geo fighting onto Moonglow, Little Barista. And now again, the Dragon Strike just going to get used to zone them off of this siege camp. So there will be a free take for FC Hong Kong. Geo will take a little bit of damage on the way out, but again, with Helix the Cat, with the flash heal, Geo will be fine. And now they're looking for this Bruiser camp as well, while they send Splendid Daddy to take the siege camp for them. So 5 members right now for FC Hong Kong on this bottom half of the map. They already have top lane pushed in, so they can just start sending more and more resources to try and pressure down this bottom fort as well. And Dragonshire is one of those maps where, again, there's that vertical line in the middle of the map. If you're able to prevent the enemy team from approaching it, you can just kind of slowly but surely clear out the game. But the Bruiser Camp already going to be on this fort. They're getting quite a bit of poke down onto it. And now they're just slowly but surely fizzling it down, just getting little bits of poke. The Siege Camp helping out as well, but Zergburn going to be walking forward, will try and zone them away. And with the taunt, they're looking towards Geo, but again, the Dragon Strike onto Chelsea will be stunned up. Blessed Shield is going to land, but not too much. Geo starting to get pretty low, and they have the Lurking Arm, but not going to be able to reach onto the back line. And both sides just going to back away. The fort is low, but it is alive, and that is crucial for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. If they lose this fort, the game becomes so much more difficult for them. And they're already in a bit of a difficult spot with their top fort gone. But now they'll be able to retake control over in this bot side. Little Barista and Moonglow going to be on this shrine. But in the top side, just the clones from Splendid Daddy putting out so much pressure onto Eric and Baylog. Eric and Baylog are both really squishy, so Samuro can do wonders into that. Now Sonic Arrow getting it thrown down from Special Chai. So they know they can walk in. They know they can take control. They have vision of Zergburn. Zergburn gonna get hit with the Condemn and the Chastise as well. Lots of poke damage going on there. Zergburn still stuck in there. Riptire gonna get popped as well. Looking through. Blessed Shield not gonna land onto anyone as Moonglow gonna get hit by the Riptire, and that's gonna be another kill going over to FC Hong Kong. And now the Vikings were trying to take it. Harkin was getting ready for it, but not going to be able to take the Dragon Knight. And just a little more hits, and actually the Divine Star from Helix the Cat gonna finish off this bot lane fort, as there is a Bruiser Camp and a cannon pushing out this top lane wall. And I believe 1 or 2 more hits, and this cannon will be able to finish it off. Just needs one more. There it is. Final shot to finish it off. And now the Dragon Knight is getting pressured again by FC Hong Kong. They already have top fort. They already have bot fort, and Geo gotta climb right in, and they're gonna have that third Dragon Knight in their hands. And now this time they're focusing on that mid lane, but both teams bringing all of their heroes here. Geo still trying to push it out. Quite a bit of damage already. Dragon Strike gonna buy some space. Harkonnens gonna get taken a little bit low, and we'll just get a little bit of damage onto this mid lane. And now they have the Lurking Arm, but again, the Leap of Faith from Helix Cat keeping Geo alive. Now the Blessed Shield does pop onto Chelsea. Chelsea gets hit by the Condemn as well. But Moonglow, they're looking for the back line. They have the Light Bomb, but not going to land onto anyone. And the final little bit of damage from the Riptire, not going to be able to take anyone down. But Moonglow teleporting in, going to get hit by the Chastise, but they're starting to get low. They don't have their cooldowns. So FC Hong Kong, they're just going to back away and reset. At some point when you know a fight is no longer going your way, it's best to just back away. They don't lose anything by not fighting there, so it's a very smart move for them. But Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they're going to be able to retake some control on the map, and they were able to defend their mid lane. As now Geo going to get taunted, Lurking Arm as well. In the back of them, they have so many stuns, but again, the Leap of Faith going to be there. Now the Concussion Mine is going to split up the fight a little bit. Splendid Daddy might have gone a little bit too far, but again, the Samuro able to just back away whenever, and they're able to take down one. Dragon Strike perfectly placed, and Moonglow had nowhere to go. Will get taken down by Calorix, but Special Chai with that crazy both damaging and zoning Dragon Strike coming through. And with that, they will have more than enough pressure to take down this mid lane fort. And they could try pressuring onto something else as well. Splendid Daddy just going to start pushing out the bottom lane. Calorix just trying to throw a couple grenades onto this mid lane wall, but that's going to be it.
My beloved is gone, but his power remains.
And now the top lane fort is they're gonna lose the wall. It will take a little bit of damage from a wave, but really nothing substantial. And this is where this map gets very difficult to play into. Once you're in the Dragon Shire, once you lose all 3 forts, if you don't have any lane in your favor or any lane in an even state, it becomes so difficult to play the macro of this map. Because FC Hong Kong, they can just push the waves in, they can get the waves past the halfway point and just basically take it on spawn. And what Phoenix Rising will have to do is they're going to have to send extra members over to a lane. But because of that, they're going to start getting pressured in the just through a backdoor push, as Splendid Daddy just going to be jumping on to the Baylog. Will be able to finish it off. So that'll be a nice, I believe it's a quarter kill. And now Eric also going to be in a similar boat. One more auto, and that will be it. But now the fight is going to be breaking through. Geo in a bad spot, but the Blessed Shield and the Dragon Strike going to get thrown once again, just used to zone. But Light Bomb not going to be able to land as well. Special Chai looking for a little Barista, not going to be able to land the shots. As now play again coming through from Harkin, and it is level 18, so they are quite strong. But not going to be able to take anyone down. Neither side going to lose any members in that fight. But again, they have the waves pushed in. They can just cleanly pick up the Dragon Knight. And it looks like the goal is going to be the mid lane for the Dragon Knight and the bot lane for the rest of the 4 core for FC Hong Kong. Now they're going to boot the tank over to the bot lane. Let the rest of the team deal with it. And the wall is going to burn down a little bit. And they can just keep doing this on loop. Now the Dragon Strike going to buy a little bit of space, a little bit of time for this Dragon Knight, and they will be able to finish off the wall at the very least. Probably won't get a lot of damage onto the keep, but again, there's no reason for them to not just reset the play and keep doing it again and again. Now level 20s are starting to get close for Phoenix Rising Amethyst, and that will be an opportunity for them to start looking for plays, start looking for those pickoffs. As again, Baylog gonna go down to Splendid Daddy over in the top lane. And Olaf also getting taken down a little bit low. Has the armor, so should be okay for a little while. But the pressure for MFC Hong Kong not going to be able to land too hard. Now Geo buying a little bit of space. And the Dragon Strike again, just into the backline. Trying to keep Geo safe. And the scatter shot dealing so much damage as well. And we'll get healed back up by Little Barista. But always fun to watch those scatter shots just go. And now the top lane wall is going to get finished off in its entirety. Splendid Daddy gonna be the only one able. But now Zergpern could be looking for that, but probably the hardest target for them to catch is gonna be that Samuro on Splendid Daddy. But it's one of those difficult things because they have a single target pickoff composition, and I don't think that's a bad composition to run. But into a Death Ball comp, where they have their 4 core, they have a Joanna, they have an Anduin. It's so difficult to find that one member and quickly blow them up. But now the Blessed Shield actually going to get thrown to the backline. Condemn lands on it too. Dragon Strike into the backline as well. Zergpern going to get taken down low and will be able to push them away before the Light Bomb lands. But the Riptire into the backline, going to hit on to 3. And with the extra oomph, going to be able to get another one if they so choose. Calyrex can throw that in whenever. Concussion Mine in a good spot. Zergpern going to be able to bait it out. Won't be knocked back into the team. But now another Dragon Strike going to get thrown, just hitting onto that Olaf. Will tank the whole thing. Divine Star just getting tossed into the spot lane. And now they have the taunt onto Geo, able to pull them back a little bit. They have the silence as well. Lurking Arm actually buys a lot of space. Geo at 100 HP. But the Riptire will be able to take down one. But they're still looking for the fight. Riptire will hit another 2 members. Harkin going to be taken down low and will get finished off. Only Baylog left alive for the Vikings. And it's almost a full 2-0 for FC Hong Kong. And again, Splendid Daddy just pushing out the top side. And with the help of this cannon, getting quite a bit of damage on this keep. One more push like that will finish off this keep. The Dragon Knight is back up. They tried their pressure without it, so now they can just quickly pick it back up. And they can just rinse and repeat this play as often as they like. Unless Phoenix Rising, they're able to get a big team fight. This is just gonna be the rest of the game for them. And now Geo pushing in immediately, looking for that mid lane fort. Will breathe the fire on it and will just punt away Chelsea and begin the auto attacks. And this Dragon Knight is starting to get quite strong. And now they're looking for a couple of the autos. Gonna punt away Chelsea as well. And now they have the route onto the backline, but not going to be able to find anyone else. But the mid lane keep will get finished off with this. And Geo still has a little bit of time on this. Now, bigger abundant is going to be there. It's actually Calyrex is going to go down. Okay, so now this is a big opportunity for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They're looking for Geo. The Blessed Shields already come through. The Condemn as well, but the Iron Skin preventing the taunt. Zergpern trying to get the slow and will get the taunt on a Geo, but with the Leap of Faith, will be able to back away safely. So it is just going to be the 1-0, but the waves are pushed in, and actually, Depending on this next wave, no cannon. Okay, so they might be able to keep their top lane alive for now as Moonglow taking some damage from that Dragon Strike, but they will be able to reset. They will be able to grab this siege camp and at least get something in their favor, get some little bit of help on the map. And now with Baylog resetting for Harkin, that will definitely be able to get the pressure off of this top lane keep for now, but still a little bit of poke happening over on this bot lane. But now the real push coming through from Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They want to get any structures off the map, and they will be able to take down this bot lane fort. So this will even out the pressure just a little bit. Their bot lane no longer going to be passively pushing into them, and that is such a big deal for them. And if there's any lane you do want passively pushing into you, it's definitely that mid lane. It's the shortest lane. You can get a lot of quick push out of it when you need to. But now Splendid Daddy gonna find the Baylog and gonna start wailing away at this fort. And with this Bruiser camp, with these cannons and the Blade Storm, the top keep will go down. Just the bottom one left alive as the entire squad of FC Hong Kong, they're pushing in for it. They're gonna try and end the game here. They have their entire team. And now the auto attacks are coming through. The Dragon Strike as well. Going to be immediately used to try and zone. Moonglow is on the backline, but the damage is a bit high, but they have the damage. Moonglow going to go down to the Riptire. But Helix the Cat also in a bad spot, but will get saved. Leap of Faith will save Special Chai. Geo just trying to buy some space. But in the meanwhile, Splendid Daddy still pushing. Dragon Strike again coming through, and Special Chai will get finished down by Chelsea. 39% left on the core, but they do defend. They do stay alive. And they have quite a bit of a push themselves. This bot lane wall is just going to crumble beneath this Bruiser camp, beneath this siege camp. Geo will be here to help defend now. So won't be able to take down the keep. Won't be able to get any damage on the keep, actually. But it definitely could have been an opportunity for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And frankly, this was pretty good as well. Because now if they do get control of that area again, they're not going to need to worry about the wall. And now Eric just booking it to the top side. They want that Dragon Knight. Both Splendid Daddy here. It's going to be so difficult. And again, Geo going to be down here as well. Will be able to retake control of the bot lane. So no Dragon Knight going the way of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. But this also means that there is going to be a bit of time for the Dragon Knight not going to either of these two teams. Harkin getting jumped upon, and Baylog should go down here. As now the pressure is going to be coming through the bot lane. Just one more auto, and there goes Baylog. But now Eric's still holding on to that shrine. Olaf is still available. But right now, Splendid Daddy just going to be pushing a little bit in this bot lane, trying to prevent their core from going down. It's very low HP, 39%. It is very easy to backdoor if either of these two teams do want it. As we see Eric getting blown up as well. And Splendid Daddy just providing so much pressure on the map. But again, just with this passive push no longer being a factor in this bottom lane, we can see that Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they're here. They're ready to fight for this mid lane. As now the Dragon Strike is going to be coming through, but they have the taunt onto Geo. Moonglow going to get taken down quite low. The overkill pushing Calyx out of the fight. As now the light bomb is there for Geo. Not going to be able to land onto anyone. The shield glare just buying some space. Same with the Dragon Strike. And now Splendid Daddy is on the backline. Lots of damage on a little Barista. Riptire going to get canceled. And now they're looking onto it, but will be able to survive. Karkin actually, no, will go down. And it's going to be all of the Harkins Vikings going down. Now Zergpern getting taken down a little bit low as well, down to 900 HP. Moonglow going to be low, but will be able to snipe out this Hanzo. But Splendid Daddy still looking for this poor Li Ming. It is so difficult dealing with a Samuro. And now the two cannons, they're still pushing forward. Might even be able to break the shield. I believe we will have some permanent damage. Now the team fight still coming through. Actually, the taunt lands on a Geo, and Leap of Faith is going to be there. Iron Skin popped as well. But Chelsea looking for the backline. Condemn's going to land as well. Same with the Chastise. Divine Star just needs one more auto, and Geo will be able to get that kill. Blessed Shield as well. Lands onto one. Little Bear reset. Now Light Bomb not going to be able to land under Zergpern. The taunt going to prevent that play from working, but the Dragon Knight is there for FC Hong Kong, and I don't see how Phoenix Rising Amethyst will be able to stop this. I believe this will just be the game. I think they can just walk right up, just start breathing fire all over it, and just take down the core. And now with the kick, The Dragonite going to be on the core immediately, 32% HP, and yeah, every auto just taking down an extra 7, and that'll be it. Helix the Cat will get traded in the back line, but FC Hong Kong, they win game number 1. All right, I mean, that is just Dragonshire in a nutshell, though. It was back and forth in the early game, but once FC Hong Kong took control and got all 3 forts off the map, they just were able to play slow. They were able to play methodically. No need to risk any play, and just bit by bit, they took apart Phoenix Rising Amethyst base and were able to push for the win. PRA almost came back at one point. They got one really big team fight for themselves, but unfortunately, just due to the nature of this map, it's so hard to get back in once you do fall behind. But, I mean, they put up a fight, and they definitely showed some signs of life there, especially near the end of that game. They held on for so long. But with that, we still got at least one more game coming through. So don't go anywhere. We're going to go to a short break, but when we come back, it'll be game number 2.
Towers of Doom.
Welcome back, everyone, and let's head right into map number 2, Towers of Doom. Now let's get that next set of predictions going. And Towers of Doom, another fun map. Now this one I've always enjoyed. Towers of Doom has always been one of my favorite maps. I don't know why I enjoy it so much, but I think it's just the idea of the altars. I like any map that forces you to fight, where there is no way of winning without like directly engaging. And I think Towers is one of those maps that's probably one of the closest for it. It's Towers, Braxis, and BOE, but BOE and Braxis both going to be banned away, so this will be the next best thing. Now the bans have already started. Vala banned away by FC Hong Kong. Oriole going to be banned away by Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst. But what is interesting is FC Hong Kong, they're once again going to have that first pick. So this is another map picked by Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst. And Towers of Doom is definitely one of those maps where it's... I think it's one of those maps where whoever is the better team mechanically typically wins. I mean, there's definitely some macro stuff you can do on it, but like I said, it's a map that requires a lot of fighting. So it's a map where just having that mechanical prowess, that team fight ability, and synergy within the teams, that's what really comes to shine here. Now, Anduin also going to get banned away by FC Hong Kong, and Samuro banned by Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst. They don't want to see that again on Splendid Daddy. I mean, it's so annoying to deal with. I completely understand. But Li Ming going to get locked in by Calyrex. And then Phoenix, Rising, Amethyst is going to lock in the Dahaka for Chelsea. And the Sylvanas for Moonglow. So it is pretty interesting that, at least to start, it's going to be the Dahaka over for Chelsea. Because last time did play on that Tychus. So maybe a little bit of a role swap coming in for Game 2 compared to Game 1. Stukov going to get locked in for Helix the Cat and Varian for Geo. So the Varian Stukov combo, and really the leaving as well, going to be going towards FC Hong Kong this time around. They're playing a similar draft, so far identical draft that Phoenix Rising Amethyst played. But this time PRA going to ban away the Hanzo. They did not like dealing with that either. I mean, Special Chai had such good Dragon Strike placements. Just used extremely well, not just as a combo tool, but also as a very major zoning tool. And I think it really helped out a lot. Now, Tychus is going to get banned away by FC Hong Kong, but the interesting thing here, the Malfurion Stitches combo is going to be coming out for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Little Barista going to be on the Malfurion, and Zergpern going to be on the Stitches. And whenever a Stitches is in the game is always open. At no point, well, even if Phoenix Rising Amethyst is super behind, one good hook can change it all. But like I said in game number 1, having that extra burst damage is going to be super, super valuable when you're doing that Varian Stukov combo. And they picked the Greymane for Special Chai. They picked the Sonya for Splendid Daddy. They have a ton of burst. They have a lot of team fight on the side of FC Hong Kong. But the Zeratul, the 10th pick, going to be coming in for Harkin A. And that has amazing, amazing double soak. So going to be a very fun match. And I'm actually wondering who's going to be part of the 4-core. But either way, let's head into game 2. But first, a word from our sponsor. And that was the sponsor, or sorry, that is the sponsor of this Tokibi stream, Legend of Mushroom. Legend of Mushroom is an idle RPG game. Rub the lamp, get some new items, buff up your mushroom, and watch the numbers go up. That's the basis of the game, and it's super relaxing when you're doing nothing. Download for free today, and just by installing the game, you're helping support this stream. But now, on to game number 2. It is going to be Towers of Doom, and Zergpern almost immediately going to be able to land a pretty solid hook there, but won't be able to find it in the end. Now just a couple of hits going back and forth between the two teams, but FC Hong Kong have already spread out. Splendid Daddy already pushing out the top side on that Sonya, and Geo already getting ready to catch people in this rotation. Going to find Moonglow, but with Little Barista there as well, not going to be able to accomplish too much. Not going to be able to fully zone them out. And it looks like it's going to be two players going over to the top side, as Chelsea going to be able to land the drag. So Harkonneh and Chelsea able to deal a lot of damage to Splendid, and one more auto. Harkonneh going to be able to get the first blood for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Now Chelsea is going to be pushing out this top side. And surprisingly, Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they're still going to have control of this bot side as well. Because Special Chai is kind of forced to go into the mid lane, catch that lane as well. But Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they're going to get started on this siege camp. They want to try and steal the Sapper camp. Geo going to walk in, immediately going to get hit into the entangling roots. A little bit of damage going back and forth. Will sidestep the hook, though. Could have been a dangerous spot, but either way, that on its own should have been enough. Phoenix Rising Amethyst will be able to steal away this camp. Do take a little bit of poke from the Arcano, but at the same time also helps clear away the camp faster, as the hook also not going to be able to land again. But again, it's one of those abilities. You can miss 10, but that one hook you land can absolutely change the entire game. As now Splendid Daddy going to get hit by the drag. Harkonneh going to be turning around, just dealing a little bit of poke damage. And actually, not even a little bit. Chelsea takes down almost half of Splendid Daddy's HP. But the push coming through in the bot lane for FC Hong Kong. The hook, again, going to go slightly wide. And Geo looking for Zergpern. Going to have the level 4 now, but wasn't able to level it up in time. But it will be the taunt coming in, so it is going to be that main tank, that blow-up composition coming out from FC Hong Kong as we expected in the draft. And now another hook, not going to be able to land on the desired target. But with these cocktails, with these extra autos, and it is going to be viciousness, so it is that human form as now Geo. Not going to get caught in entangling roots, but will have the taunt on his Zergpern. Not going to matter too much, though, as Geo gets pulled back. Won't take too much damage, though. That's definitely the last target they want. There's a couple situations where it would work. Well, that's really it, but it is pretty interesting to me how Phoenix Rising Amethyst are playing, because Harkonneh is just kind of playing in the offlane, and Chelsea also playing in the offlane. So they have two offlaners doing kind of a 2-3 strat, which is very interesting. It's not something you see often over on this map. A lot of poke damage coming through onto these forts, though. As Helix the Cat will begin the channel. Geo looking forward. They will be able to land the hook, but Zergpern gonna get blown up by FC Hong Kong. So much damage coming out from Calyrex and Special Chai once again. The amount of burst damage these two have is actually insane, but that will only be one altar. Chelsea gonna be able to take the top left, and it looks like Harkonneh should be able to take the top right. So overall, it's actually going to be 8 damage going into FC Hong Kong. So overall, a win for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. There is going to be a little bit of a push on a Harkin, but again, we'll be able to just blink away to safety. But good damage onto this wall. As now the taunt lands on a Moonglow, but the hook almost lands on a Helix the Cat. And actually, if it was that upgraded hook, it would have definitely reached Helix the Cat. But again, the push coming through in the mid lane. Chelsea, just slowly but surely, these minions are going to start chipping away at these walls. The top lane already missing a lot of that wall. And now Splendid Daddy going to get hit by the drag. Lots of burst damage coming through from Harkonneh. There's a lot of DPS to be done. Just needs one more hit. And the second drag will land. And just need one more spin, one more auto. Not even needed from Harkin. Chelsea going to be able to get that kill. And that team fight happening in the bot lane as well. Zergpern will be able to back away to safety, but will get taken down low. And Little Barista very low on mana. Will have to reset, as the Sapper camps have already spawned for them. But the Sapper camps already pushing into this bot lane, and I don't think they'll be able to stop it. So that's going to be a 1, and then 2 and 3. And this wall is going to get finished off entirely. So there's going to be quite a bit of pressure going the way of FC Hong Kong. They're definitely winning the bot lane, but can Phoenix Rising Amethyst win the mid and top lane enough that they can afford to lose this bot lane? Now they will be able to take away the Sapper camp just as FC Hong Kong show up to contest it. Now Geo looking for the play, not going to be able to find the target to taunt. And they are just slowly but surely walking in. Sorry about that. Just getting a phone call. I'm pretty sure I know what that's about, but I'll just call them back later. Now Special Child looking towards Moonglow. Chelsea is going to be here with the Brush Doctor, so it is going to be that 4v4. They have the taunt, and Chelsea will be able to get into stasis in time. And now Geo taking a little bit of damage, but the healing coming out from Helix the Cat and the burst over top. Sorry, 1 second. I do need to take this.
Lord will not keep me from this realm.
Is that all? Heroes slain. The altars are rising, heroes. Do get ready. Be swift, heroes. Do not let the Gravekeeper's cronies reach the altars before you.
Hello, sorry. I'm back now, but I basically found someone's wallet, left them a message at their door, and they just called me back for it, so they were a bit panicked. But sorry about that, but I am back now. And I mean, lots of trading going back and forth, but no one able to go down in these fights, as this altar fight is going to be brewing, is going to be continuing on. And now there is going to be the drag. They're looking, and they're going to be able to get the leap into the backline. And now the Stukov on top of it as well. Moonglow in a bad spot, but we'll be able to jump with the Haunting Wave. But Chelsea in a bad spot. But again, they're not going to be able to get the kill with the Cursed Bullet, dealing so much damage. And the Malfurion is going to be taken down. Guys, Harkonate will actually be able to sneak the altar in the back line. 32-24 now is the score line. And now the hook onto Calyrex is going to be coming through, but not going to be able to find anyone quite yet. And Zergpern will be taken down a little bit lower as well. But FC Hong Kong, they will lose the altar, but they will be able to gain this Sapper Camp. And this fort, this bell tower, is already super low in this bot lane, as Geo gonna find the taunt, gonna be looking towards Moonglow, a couple of hits, and Special Try gonna dive in, maybe a little bit too deep, but luckily Gorge still on cooldown for 10 more seconds from that previous fight, not gonna be able to get that extra advantage, but Moonglow is gonna be low, and they have a big wave, and the Sapper Camp gonna hit once, twice, 3 times. But Chelsea coming in through the backline with the Brush Stalker looking, but the taunt is gonna come through instead. But also dodged away, and Helix Cat almost gets hit by the drag, just slightly off to the side. And that will be a close play, and it will at the very least help with the pressures. Now Special Try, this time around, they will have the Gorge, but the taunt as well. And the leap into the backline, Moonglow gonna get burst down by Splendid Daddy, as, again, no one going down, but Helix the Cat gonna get hooked in, but there's just no damage behind them right now. Harkonnens going to be clearing out this top lane siege camp, and Chelsea just trying to get more and more push. Mid lane structures are starting to go down as well, but with the bottom bell tower being gone entirely, FC Hong Kong, they have a very good position right now. It is important to note that there's going to be a lot of scaling still available for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They're going to have a lot of extra damage coming through in the later game from Harkonnens. As the curse bullet is going to land, Special Chai trying to find that target, trying to find that jump, but won't be able to. And at the same time, Moonglow going to be able to get a pretty solid push as well. And with the black arrows, can really pressure onto these bell towers and even retake pretty early on. Now the hook does land, but it's on to Geo. Not the target they're looking for, at least I thought. But they're going to gorge Geo anyway. And they have the spot. They're going to be taunted. It's behind the wall. But the leap onto the backline. Tranquility buying a little bit of space. Geo going to be the first to go down. And now Splendid Daddy going to get hooked right back in. Drag not going to land. Enough move speed there. But that's still going to be a 1-0 in favor of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, as Moonglow going to be trying to retake that bottom bell tower, and just a little bit of damage left. With this wave, they should be able to do it, especially with the rest of the team coming in behind. With the extra help, they're going to even out the map. And I say even out, but they're actually ahead now. They have a slight level lead, and this push on the top side is really starting to come out on top. Having this double offlaner, I mean, look, this mid lane cannon tower maybe will go down, but definitely going to get taken down low. No, it's definitely going down here. The minions are too strong this late into the game. And now Harkonnens and Chelsea looking for this top bell tower as well. Won't be able to get the kill on a Splendid Eye. Won't be able to take it down quite yet, but every little bit adds up. That's a lot of extra poke. As now T-Fight Brewing on the bot side just going to be able to take down Zergpern. Sorry about that, but when there's a burst comp, blink and you'll miss it, but the fight in the top side is still going on. Chelsea and Harkonnens looking for Splendid Daddy, and now the Ancient Spear has been thrown. Same with the drag, though. Splendid Daddy could be in a bad spot. A little bit of trading of the leap has to get used defensively, but again, FC Hong Kong, they're able to win on the bot side, and now they can start pressuring for this bell tower. Geo going to take the bottom altar, and now left and right altars going towards Harkin and Little Barista. It is 23-13 now. FC Hong Kong, they're starting to get low. Now the trading still going to be coming through. This bottom bell tower should go down here, so will be traded back, but I believe Chelsea should be able to retake the top set as the drag does land. Quite a bit of damage going on to Splendid Daddy, and Harkonnens is going to be here as well. Not going to be able to land the ability, but the drag again landing, and a couple more autos. They will be able to clean that up, and I don't think there's anything FC Hong Kong can do to stop this top bell tower going down. So it is still going to be 4 towers apiece as Harkin going to be able to finish that off. So that does change the dynamic of this game a bit. And I was saying there's not too much macro-wise you can do, but I've been proven wrong. That was one thing I will definitely and happily admit I was wrong at. But now Zergpern getting burst down a little bit, but it is still that tank as Geo gonna get munched on, gonna have the Gorge in the back line, and underneath it will get pulled back. Now the mind control pulling the Geo further back, and with the entangle not gonna be able to land, but the hook will take Helix the cat instead, but there's just no more damage left. Everything was burned onto Geo. Special Chai looking for the backline damage. As the Sapper Camp is pushing in, just need to get a little bit further in. As now Geo gets the taunt, and Moonglow super low, but no, will go down. Helix the cat brings more than enough damage for it. So it is going to be the 1-0. It is going to be the single altar spawning, but the HP bars are a little bit low on the side of FC Hong Kong. Geo still sitting at about 1/4, but Chelsea is here. Harkin's here. Neither side has level 20. So Zergpern looking for the hook. They're going to be able to find Special Chai. And now the entangle not going to land onto it. And actually will be able to land onto one. And they have the isolate as well, but Chelsea getting jumped upon by Splendid Daddy. Won't be able to make the play happen as another hook goes right between Geo and Special Chai. That must have been a pixel away from both of them on either side. That's like, genuinely ask me to do that skill shot, seeing them both, and I will still hit them like 90% of the time. That's insane luck there. But now the taunt going to land on a Zergpern with the banner as well. Tangling Roots will be able to buy a little bit of time as now the Gorge is coming through, but they have so much crowd control. And Special Chai will get gorged, but not even going to take one hit from these. I'm not even sure what these are called. These cannons coming out from the core barricade for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Now, they will at least be able to take out these sapper camps, so they're not going to take any damage from that. Now the push happening in the top side. Harkonnens going to dodge away from Calyrex and Special Chai. Not going to lose anything there, but again, the top lane push from Chelsea and from Phoenix Rising Amethyst, I think that's what's really keeping them in the game. And I say that they do have overall the advantage, but having lost that bot lane makes it so difficult. A Special Chai may have gone a little bit too far. Look for the drag. Chelsea not going to be able to land it, but Special Chai getting taken down low. The isolates there as well as Harkonnens will be able to finish it off. Now Splendid Daddy with the leap. Gonna join in the fight as well, but it's a little bit too late. Harkonnens and Chelsea, this duo getting so many kills for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And now they're going to be looking towards this bell tower. They will be able to finish it off. And now the structures favoring Phoenix Rising Amethyst. If they're able to take any of these altars, this is actually an opportunity for them to win the game. If they can get both, they just straight up win. The level 20s are available for both teams. Geo gonna get pulled backwards, gonna get pulled even further. Now Harkonnens on the back line. And now Chelsea just trying to get onto Calyrex, just splitting up this fight. The drag does land, but it's on Achilles the Kappa. There's nowhere to pull them to. And now they are just trying to delay this take. The Haunting Wave gonna get thrown out as well, as Harkonnens gonna be able to channel onto one of the altars. If they're able to win this team fight, if they're able to get the second altar, they will take us to a game 3. The isolate is going to be there on the back. Now Geo taking down to half HP. Sorry, but Chelsea is going to be the one to go down, and they're able to take down Zergprint as well. Mooglow gonna get finished off. Calyrex just dealing so much damage to everyone. And now Helix the Cat will be able to safely take this altar. So we'll get 3 damage back. It's 15-5. But this game's starting to get close. The boss dealing 4 damage. If Phoenix Rising Amethyst are able to take it, could be a very good spot for them to be in. As Harkonnens just watching. Geo will be able to find Harkonnens. Walked into them. But again, the top bell tower going to get taken back by Special Chai. And this boss camp will get finished off by FC Hong Kong. It's going to be 4 extra damage. 11-5. Now the next set is going to be a double altar spawn, which could be the game for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. FC Hong Kong, they will need a camp and for at least 3 sappers to hit, or 2 altars to win the game. It does go down a little bit if they're able to take down the bell tower before the altar spawn, and right now it does look like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to send these sappers away for it, as now Geo just going to be tanking as well, and with the banner, they should be able to take this down very quickly and very safely. But now the leap has already come through. Chelsea just trying to buy space. They have the isolate. They have the damage coming through. And they just need 1 drag to land. And that will secure them the kill. But Splendid Daddy is so fast. But the drag will be there. Chelsea able to land it. And they just need 1 more auto. And Harkonnens is going to be able to get that kill. But now in the meanwhile, FC Hong Kong, they're pushing into the mid lane. The hook will land onto Calyrex. And now they have the mind control. They have the gorge. And even with the teleport, it's going to be hard. Little Barista going to be able to be okay. Now Helix the Cat's the one that's going to get finished off. And Calyrex will get hooked again. They will be able to take the mid bell tower though. But Harkonnens going to be there for the damage. And as things are right now, Geo also going to get finished off. And Special Chai trying to reset and will be able to just in time. But this is only going to be 4 damage total. This isn't enough to win the game. FC Hong Kong is going to be down at 1 HP with this altar going the way of Little Barista. So this is a very rough spot for them. 1 HP left. 11 on the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Any play will end this game right now. FC Hong Kong, they can't afford to make any more mistakes. They can't afford to give anything else up. But now this mid lane bell tower going to go the way of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And how often do you see that? The left one is the red bell tower. The right one is the blue bell tower. Just completely swapping sides this time around. But now the sapper camp going to get started as well by Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And they should be able to safely secure this, safely take this in their own pressure. And yeah, the wall is still up. I had to check because the bot lane is the one that Phoenix Rising Amethyst have kind of given up on. Because they were playing more for that top side. That was their plan to begin with. And now they've already finished off the wall. The black arrow's not going to be there yet, but the sapper camp dealing so much damage to this bell tower. But when you have that, when you have the black arrows, when you have the Sylvanas, it's a very good position to retake onto any of these structures. But now the mid lane bell tower already going the way of FC Hong Kong, the right one anyway, the left one starting to get low as well. And now Phoenix Rising Amethyst not going to be able to take the bottom right bell tower, because at this point I just have to straight up describe which one it is, because all the towers are in just random spots. But they will at least be able to take their own bottom left one back. As now Geo is going to be seen. Zergpern going to throw a hook almost onto Calyrex. Not going to be able to find the hook, though. They don't have the ranges. Now Geo looking for Muglo. They have the taunt and the leap and the burst. Tranquility not going to be enough, but they have the Gorge on a Special Chai, but Special Chai doesn't care. Harkonneh is going to be joining this fight as well, as the hook lands on a Geo, but with the protection should be okay for now. Trying to walk through, could be in a bad spot. And now Zergpern could be ready for another hook. They have the entangling roots as well. The protection is there. But now Chelsea still fighting onto the backline. Geo gonna go down. Chelsea will be able to survive for now. And there's no tanks left, but it will be the altars still going the way of FC Hong Kong. 6-1. But now Chelsea is back with a Brush Stalker. The swipes are going to be coming through, as Chelsea not going to be able to find the dragon. Special Chai might get burst down, but no, Harkonneh not going to be able to do it. But every single bell tower back the way it started. 3 apiece. All 3 of the left ones in favor of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. All 3 of the right ones in favor of FC Hong Kong. And now Chelsea and Harkonneh, they're pushing out this top side. They know they should be able to take the siege camp. And there's no siege camps up in the bot side, at least for now. And it looks like the play might be to just try and push them in and end the game, because that's how Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they're playing on the map right now. Because FC Hong Kong, they can take this bottom bell tower. There's no way for them to end the game yet. But if Phoenix Rising Amethyst, if they're able to take this, and if they can get even one of these in, everyone has to reset immediately, and that's exactly what they're doing. This could be the fight to end the game. They just need one of these sappers to come through, and this could be it. Phoenix Rising Amethyst, they could get at least one map from themselves. They had the drag onto the backline, but now the taunt and the silence going through. The tranquility to the backline, but the leap lands on 4, and they're able to burst down 1. Chelsea in a bad spot as well, and that's going to be 2-0. The sapper camps has already gone down. Make that 3. Calyrex just trying to get as many as possible. Harkonneh will be able to jump away. So will Moonglow. Cocktail not going to be in range. But with the boss back up, with the altar spawning, this could be the game for FC Hong Kong. They might have been able to bring it back, and I think they have, because this will be 4 damage for them. And if they can take the boss afterwards, and with the respawn timers, I don't see a reason why they shouldn't be able to. As now Harkonneh and Moonglow trying to take it, but Geo is watching this. I think they're trying to remove it off the map. I like the look, but it was never going to happen. They're going to lose Harkonneh. Moonglow trying to trade with Special Chai, but Moonglow is going to get finished off, and they are able to bring it back. FC Hong Kong, they will get that domination, and they will get that 2-0. All right, and as the post-game analysis for that game, all I can really say is I cannot do post-game analysis for that game. This was so back and forth. Both teams just playing every single side. I mean, either of these two teams could have won until the last team fight, where FC Hong Kong, they managed to defend their base. They managed to retake the altars, and they managed to take the boss. Any of these teams could have won. And, that must have been excruciating for both these two teams, but in the end, FC Hong Kong will be able to take the win, will be able to take those 4 points, and they were already in first. That's going to put them even further up. But now, give me a moment as I try to get an interview with them going. And then that will be it for tonight. Yeah, I'm not even sure what to say about that game. Like, that was so nuts. Like, I genuinely don't even know. Hello?
Hello.
And for everyone in chat, I am joined here by Helix the Cat, who did play the Stukov in the game 2 and the Anduin in the game number 1. And hello, welcome, and congratulations on that 2-0. How does it feel?
It feels pretty nice. They definitely gave us a run for our money tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the main question I got to ask is, tell me about that game 2. I mean, that game 2 was just an absolute knife edge the entire time. Both sides just kind of swapped. Like, just tell me, like, run me through that game.
Yeah. I mean, so game 2 was a little bit harder for us, I think, especially in comms. I think we were having oh man, my team's going to be like, Helix, stop that. But we were having a little bit of a hard time tonight in comms at game 2. But I think one of the things that we're good at is kind of pulling it together and just remaining patient. I think that's probably one of our best features is just staying patient throughout the games. And that's what we did. And even if we get a little testy with each other, that's fine. We pulled it together and we brought home the W.
Yeah, and I mean, especially that game 1, you could really see the patience coming through. And on a map like Dragonshire, if you take control, there's no reason to push out. Just keep throwing Dragon Knights at their base. Eventually it goes down. And so we could definitely see exactly what you were saying. And that game number 1 was especially obvious. But I mean, what were the comms like in that game 2, though?
You don't want to know. No, it is what it is. That's what I'll say.
All right.
I'm sure all teams have bad nights. All teams have off nights. And in our defense, it's very late here in Eastern Standard Time. It's almost midnight, so I think we all need a little nap.
No, for sure. Completely understandable. I'm sure the fact that the game was so close and so tight really didn't help either.
Yeah. No, like I said, they definitely gave us a run for our money. So GG to them. They did great.
Yeah, and then going over to that game 1. I know typically you go game 1, game 2, but I mean, I had to get that out of the way. So with that game 1, though, it did look like it was entirely under control now. Is this something you've been practicing, just kind of taking the control on that middle line and then just slowly pushing it through?
Splenda's been working on his Samuro lately, and he's doing, as evidenced by game 1, he's been doing a really great job of working on that. So I think with Dragonshire, that's something that we've been changing up a little bit. And so, no, I think it worked for us.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very clean game on that Dragonshire especially, but... And then, tell me, for that game 2 as well, sorry, I only just thought about it. What was it like when you realized that it was going to be that 2-3 setup coming out from Phoenix Rising Amethyst instead of that typical 1-4?
In game 2 or game 1?
Game 2 for that Towers
Game
match.
2, okay. Yeah. I think that was something that we were trying to work on as well, just trying to make sure we were holding bottom, because I think Splenda was having a moment top where we very frequently heard 2 top that game 2, but I think that kind of worked in our favor. We were able to keep bot a couple more times, a little bit longer. So even though it was something that was different than what we expected, I think we adjusted to it fine.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked out in the end. Barely, but it did. Now, with that domination, you are even further up in the standings for Division D, by far in that number 1 position. So tell me what your plans are for the playoffs. Like, I know you have a couple more games, but at this point, I believe you're mathematically locked in top 2. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mathematically. No, I think you're right. I think we are in the top 2. Yes.
So that means, since this is a double round robin division, you will be getting that bye in the first week of playoffs. Now, I know for some teams that's a good thing, but for other teams, they need that week of games without a break. Do you think that'll cause a potential issue or no?
I don't think so. I think we'll end up practicing regardless, and just kind of continuing to improve, not getting rusty. Um, and which I think is a good thing. Like, yeah, like you said, some people need a break, which is fine. But I think one thing that works for us is that we're very consistent with practicing and scheduling. So I don't think it'll make too much of a difference.
All right, perfect. And then my final question over to you. Are there any shout outs you'd like to give? Is there anything you'd like to say to all your fans out there?
Oh yeah, my fans. So GG to PRA. They did really, really great. Um, Shout out to my team. They were also really, really great. Great comms tonight, guys. Wonderful. Shout out to you, Tokibi. Thank you so much for casting. You always have really great casts. I always enjoy rewatching the games when you cast them. So thank you so much. And then shout out to my husband, Luke. Hi, Luke.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for coming to the interview, and congrats again on your 2-0. You have yourself a good night.
Thank you. Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye. And with that, we're going to be done here as well. I will be back tomorrow, 7 p.m. Pacific, in the Nexus, or sorry, not in the Nexus division. That one's gone. The Heroic division between Boomer Gaming and 925. Don't miss it. Going to be live on this channel. And then it's still not 100% guaranteed, but Saturday will be most likely a special stream. Now, I'm going to be doing the replays no matter what, but look forward to that because there is something coming up for that. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. You have a good night.